Hey you, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by the channel and checking out my 2021 Street Bob, and I want to update you on the exhaust situation. So this bike came with Vance and Hines 3-inch slash cut exhaust, and they were very, very loud, and today I have fixed that with the S&S Grand National exhaust. I'm going to get into why I decided to make this change, why I decided to go with another set of slip-ons versus a full exhaust system, and what I think about them in terms of the tone and the sound pressure. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'll start out with why did I choose slip-ons again versus full exhaust? Well, first off was cost. I didn't have $1,500 to throw around, and I didn't want to go back and do a full tune on the bike. I've got a Screaming Eagle tuner. More on that some other time, but it's limited. I'm just going to leave it like that. The second reason was I didn't really like the way the Vance and Hines pipes looked. They're kind of fancy with the slash cut and all that. And I find the S&S Grand Nationals, they have that kind of 70s utilitarian drag bike type vibe. And I really, really dig that. I love simple things, and this just really complements, my particular aesthetic. And the third reason that I chose these pipes is they're one of the few pipes that actually has any kind of a certification for being compliant with a reasonable sound level. Now, that's an incredibly vague statement, and I'll put the certification I'm talking about up on the screen right now. But I just couldn't find many other pipes that had any kind of a sound pressure level standard. And I know there are probably quieter pipes out there, but these had something to go by, and I thought it would be a good point of reference. And I'm pretty happy with them. Sound-wise, I have not been out on the bike yet to experience it, so we're going to do that together in a little bit. But I have made a couple of recordings, and I can tell you that these are definitely more mellow than the Vance and Hines pipes that I had on the bike. Now, that is not perhaps a universal truth. One thing I discovered in the process of installing these pipes was that the Vance and Hines pipes that were on the bike had all the baffling removed. So they were basically straight pipes. So that is to say, these slip-ons with baffles are more quiet than straight pipes, and that's not exactly a revelation, is it? But anyway, I made some recordings of the Vance and Hines, and I made some recordings of these, and I'm going to share them in just a second, but I want to tell you up front, it didn't work out the way I thought it should work out. When I made the recording of the Vance and Hines pipes, it registered 105 dB peak on my phone. And when I made the recording of these pipes, somehow they measured 112 dB. And there's just no way that is actually happening. So there must have been some kind of error in the way I had the phone set up, or the way the bike was positioned relative to the garage door, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But anyhow, I'm going to cut to that right now and let you hear the recordings of the Vance and Hines and then the S&S. All right, with that out of the way, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go inside and suit up and meet you back on the bike for a test ride. Let's go. Let's get her in neutral. There's certainly a lot less of a, we'll call it an attack, like a crack to it. It's definitely got a more smooth, maybe mature vibe. But that's not under loads, so we'll find out in a second the rest of the story. All right, let's find out what this girl's all about. Ease out in here. Okay, well, it's certainly not quiet. There's loads of attitude here. And I want to tell you that one of the things I was very excited about the possibility of has come true. And I haven't touched on this yet. And that is the air intake down here. You can hear it now. Oh, it sounds so cool. Yeah. You know, you could hear it a little bit the day that I put it on. But now it's just got this lovely little like snarl right there. Oh, it's nice. It's very nice. Now the sounds from the front and the back of the bike, they're more symphonic. They kind of blend together a little bit better. If you've never experienced that on a Harley, like if you can't hear the balance of the exhaust and that intake, you should try it, man. You should get on one that has a bit of a balanced sound, because this is pretty cool. This is next level twin cylinder magic here, y'all. Oh man, that's just absolutely killer. I feel like we have leveled the bike up again. Putting the S&S Stealth Air Intake on here was the first level up. This is next level, y'all. If this was Super Mario, then I'm now Big Mario instead of the little bitty guy. I'm just tearing it all up. This sounds absolutely epic. You know, it's going to be really hard if I ever buy another motorcycle. I don't think I'll ever buy one unless it's a Harley Davidson that's going to have this kind of mechanical presence. That's really what these things are all about, the presence. You don't really ride this bike, you experience this bike. And I can't really say that about many other motorcycles. You can buy fast bikes and you can buy fun bikes. But this bike is just something completely different. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. So the whole reason I wanted a Harley Davidson to begin with was to have that American V-twin thing, the vibey, present, 45-degree V experience, and all of the vibrations and non-refinements that came with it. I really enjoy mechanical things. And if you remember in my, I think it was in my first ride of this bike video, I sort of lamented that this bike was not quite as mechanical feeling as the Indian Sport Chief. It just had a more present kind of feeling than this bike had. But right now, I don't feel that way anymore. The combination of the air intake and then taming that exhaust note in the back, it's letting me experience this bike in a different way where I get to appreciate all of it. And in that way, I feel like it was a little more, or it is a little more similar to the way that Sport Chief must have been set up in terms of the balance between the intake sounds and the exhaust. Because I'm definitely getting a similar sensation between the old ears, right? And y'all, I love mechanical things. I used to have a couple of Moto Guzzi's, and they were amazing bikes if you love that mechanical experience, because you could hear them, you could hear the valve train and the gears and all the sounds that they made. They hid nothing from the rider.
including the torque effect of, you know, twisting the throttle. And while you don't get that here because the engine's mounted, you know, 90 degrees different, you do get a much more vibey, ever-present kind of thing happening here. This is really crazy. You're just not going to get it from a Honda or a Kawasaki. You know, they want to tune all this stuff out. They want to give you a 60-degree V, and they want to offset the crankshaft pins to make them smoother. And kudos to Harley for still giving this to us, at least in the Milwaukee 8. I hate it that they're kind of nerfing this experience in the Revolution Max. I mean, those are cool engines, but they just don't do this. This is amazing. Oh, gotta replace that sissy bar. But look at it. We are making progress, y'all. Quarter fairing looks absolutely amazing. Love the club vibe there. We've got the new cover on the S&S Stealth intake. I think they call it the bobber dish cover, I think. And now we have the Grand National S&S pipes, and we have a puppy dog. Hey, puppy dog. Hopefully you're not here to bite me. You and your friend. Oh, you've got two friends. Anyway, I'm so tickled with this bike right now, and I'm looking forward to spending more and more time on it. And the dog is hopefully friendly. Hey, bub, are you my boy? You don't look so sure. Oh man, we need to get the hell out of here before I get bit. This guy does not look as friendly as the others. But y'all, that's pretty much it. I'm digging it. I approve of this modification. I do need to get the old Screaming Eagle tuner back out and update the flash, or at least let it self-learn rather, to make sure that it is responding appropriately to the additional back pressure that I'm certain I have now, because I have baffles in these pipes where I had no baffles before. But I think we're on our way. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, do the things. Let me know what you think. And yeah, ride safe. Hey guys.